And as you make your way to your posture, do a few little movements. So I like to invite everyone to roll their shoulders, rolling the shoulders back and forward. Might like to also tilt the head side to side. Bringing the chin to the chest, lengthening the back of the neck, and then also looking up, extending, and maybe turning the head side to side, looking to one side, looking to the other side. And then just take 30 seconds here to move in whatever way would feel good for you. Might like to stretch, dance, shake. Take a deep breath, sigh, yawn. Many options. And then when you're ready, coming into your meditation posture. Now, as you settle in and find that sense of balance, I'll invite you to do some gentle movements of the torso. So you might like to imagine that you are seaweed, gently being moved by the currents. Just let the body sway side to side, forward and back. Just very small movements. And then let those movements get smaller and smaller. And then at a certain point, you won't even really be able to tell if you're moving at all. And then at that point, find that balance and poise. Find the equilibrium. And allow the body to come into rest. And once you've found your posture for this meditation session, found alignment and ease, then resolve to be still and quiet for the duration of this practice session, and letting the stillness of the body be reflected in the mind. Let's take 3 slightly deeper breaths together. So I'll guide this. Feel free to follow along or just breathe in whatever way feels good for you. So if you're following, inhale, breathing into the belly, and pause at the top, and then exhale, breathing out, releasing. Then inhale, breathing in deeply, pause at the top, then exhale, letting go of any tension. Then one more round, breathing in, letting the belly expand, letting the chest expand, pause at the top, take another little sip of air, and then breathe out, relaxing, settling. Let the mind fall open. Notice that there is already awareness, bright and clear. And then set your intention for the practice. The intention to practice patiently and diligently. The intention to cultivate helpful qualities, cultivate skillfulness. You might also like to bring in the intention to practice for others. Any benefits you receive will ripple out to those around you. You might even like to think of one person who would benefit if you were able to bring presence, patience, clarity, calm into your interactions with them. Now, coming into the present moment, I invite you to notice the sounds that you can hear. Notice any sounds in your environment, allowing them to come and go within a spacious awareness. Sounds arise, stay for a while, and then pass away, all within a larger field of awareness. And then notice what you can see with eyes open or eyes closed. Just taking in the visual field. Noticing how there is light, darkness, perhaps color or shape. This visual sensation also arising within a field of awareness. And then tune into the sensations of the body. Notice the feeling of sitting or the feeling of being supported in whatever posture you're in. Noticing where your body makes contact, any pressure or solidity, the feeling of the weight of your body being held. And then I'll invite you to find your anchor for now, for this session. Finding a sensation that is stable and grounding. So that might be the feeling of being supported. Could also be the breath. Could be another body sensation, could be a sound, anything that's relatively stable. And when you find your anchor, just hanging out with that. Borrowing the stability of that sensation. Just resting there. Allow your anchor to move into the background. And the practice that we'll engage in tonight is working with whole body awareness. This is such a helpful practice as a foundation. So helpful to attune to the body, to find grounding and safety in the body, to make the body feel like home, and also to be able to weather the difficulties of being in a human body. Bringing equanimity into this relationship. And so I invite you here to begin by noticing the base of your body, where your body makes contact with the chair, cushion, floor, bed. Then bringing awareness to the lower body. So from the hips down to the toes. Just begin opening your awareness, expanding your scope of attention to include all of the lower body. Upper leg, knee, lower leg, ankle, foot, toes. Both sides from the hips down. And then include also the torso, the belly and chest, the sides of the torso, the lower back, middle back, and upper back. The whole lower body and the torso. Just attending to that whole area of the body. Tuning in. And then expand, including the shoulders and the arms, down to the fingertips. All of both arms included in this scope of attention. And then also including the neck and the throat. And also including the head. Top of the head, back of the head, sides of the head, forehead, face, nose, cheeks, mouth, jaw, ears. The whole of the head and the whole of the body included in awareness. Expanding and opening to include the whole body. Now, as you do this, it's okay if it doesn't feel like you have the whole body all at once, all the time. It's fine to just notice any sensation in the present moment, to tune into any aspect of your bodily experience in the moment. Try to set the bar low. As long as you are noticing something, you're doing it right. You may also notice that the sensations might be vague or murky. You tune into the whole body space, and there's just an overall feeling that you would struggle to put into words. No problem at all. Just tune in to that overall texture, tonality, the felt sense of the whole body. Let the body rest, settling into your posture, settling into what is supporting you, and let the mind rest into the body. Now, anytime you notice that your attention has moved to something else, just decide to gently come back. And right before you come back, see if you can appreciate the knowing, the recognition, knowing where your attention was. Be glad you noticed, and gently come back to the whole body awareness. Now here, bring in a little more curiosity. Start to notice some of the detail with a little bit more interest and clarity. And so here you might actually zoom in on a particular part of the body. Maybe the feeling in the hands. Tuning into that. Getting a closer look, more of a sense of that sensation, that feeling. Here you might also look at the edges, the boundaries of the body space. Paying close attention to where it feels like the edge of your body is. Seeing if you can bring more sensory clarity. Notice the exact details of this present moment experience. And then opening up again to the whole body space. And you might find that the body feels a bit more like energy, vibration. That feeling might feel more alive. You might be able to keep that curiosity and energy with the whole body. And keep exploring. Keep bringing curiosity no matter what your experience is. Becoming familiar with this moment of bodily experience, exactly as it is. Tuning in to all the intricacy and detail. Really just letting the body be. And then you can begin to tune in more to this felt sense, particularly by centering your attention on the center line of the body, from the belly to the chest, maybe also into the throat or head, and generally centering your attention in the belly or chest, and just noticing the texture of this moment of bodily experience. Noticing the more than words quality. Noticing all the richness and complexity of being in a body right now. And as you feel into that, you might even find that just attending to that feeling, the felt sense, it starts to shift or move. It somehow evolves or changes. And that's totally fine. Just staying with the experience, feeling into it. And when you can stay with even strong felt sense in the body, you can develop quite a lot of equanimity, quite a lot of openness. This is a great capacity to listen and tune in to what the body has to say. Deeply contacting the felt experience, the whole body in this moment. And notice here that you can rest into this. You can build familiarity, create comfort, even with the uncomfortable. Resting into the body. Nice work. Take a minute to check in with your body, see if you need anything in terms of movement, changing your positioning. Okay, so I'll just say a few words about that practice, and then I'd love to hear your thoughts and questions. So I taught a day of practice at the Buddhist library on the weekend, and partly through circumstance, or this is also something I've been wanting to do for a while, I ended up teaching the elephant path which is the stages of shamatha, stages of calm abiding. And I taught it in a way where it was pretty technical, and we kind of covered all the steps of developing calm abiding stage by stage. And a couple of things kind of became apparent to me. One was that that technique is really interesting and powerful. Also, I realized that it's totally possible to do the stages of calm abiding with whole body awareness. And I felt like I got a deeper understanding of that. Often calm abiding practice is done with just the breath or with some other meditation object. Breath is probably the most common one we find. But it's totally possible to do it with whole body. And actually, there's a number of benefits to using the whole body. So, whole body as a meditation object might be a little trickier than the breath. It's pretty easy to notice the breath and pretty easy to know if you're on or off the breath. You know, is the breath in the foreground? Yes or no? It's generally a pretty easy question to answer. The whole body is a little trickier, so it takes a bit more to get into it. There's a bit of a higher bar for feeling comfortable in this practice. But as I reflected on the main teachings that I've really powerfully been influenced by, actually all of them eventually pointed to a whole body awareness. So I'm thinking of In the Mind Illuminated, you eventually do, even though that book is focused on using the breath, you do eventually integrate the bodily experience in various different ways through using body scans, but also through the energy of the body being included in the practice. And also in Rob Babea's teaching, he really emphasized this whole body awareness as a jumping off point for calm abiding, but also for insight practice and for what he later taught as imaginal practice. And it's also being used in the Mahamudra practices, open awareness practices, non-dual meditation. The whole body can be a great way to ground and settle and calm. And I think there's a lot of benefits to using the whole body. And so I really want to emphasize this as I'm trying to, at the moment, kind of put together a systematic way of presenting meditation to link and integrate all the different things I'm thinking about and considering. And I think whole body awareness is really a key foundational element of that. It allows a lot of jumping off points, as well as what I said in the meditation, like helping to make the body feel like a comfortable place to be, helping to ground, helping to calm the nervous system. I think whole body awareness does this in a really helpful way.